ugly aloud. Are you ready? Here we go. Fashion is the art. Designers are the gods. Models play the part of angels in the dark. Which one of you would ever dare to go against? That beauty is a trade and everyone is paid. Fashionista. How do you look? Fashionista. How do you look? New York, London, Paris, Milan, Tokyo. I think it's in Japan. Asia, Malaysia, Las Vegas to play. LA. If you pay my way. Fashionista. How do you look?
Hello, hello, hello out there in Facebook land. It is your girl, Morgan, the anchor of excellence, but also the queen so nice they named her thrice. Welcome tonight. I'm so excited for this special edition of Let's Get Down to Excellence. We have the Continental Royal Court. And if you don't know, tonight you're going to know. Did you see all those fabulous faces that were shining at the intro of this video? I live rich. They are rich and they're ready for you tonight. So do me a favor, please hit that share button. The more people we bring in, the more people we have fall in love with the Continental system as much as your girl Morgan does. And as much as I do adore these guests that are joining us this evening. But without further ado, I want to dive right in because I have quite a crew tonight. There are 6 divisions of the Continental pageant system, and I have each title holder ready to answer questions for you, spill the tea, but also let them get a little personal with you and get you to know them a little bit more. So without further ado, we're going to bring them on. So make sure you, because I'm not going to say it every time, I know you're going to give them that virtual applause that they all deserve. So first, let's bring on King Adonis, who's your Mr. Continental Newcomer 2025. And I know he's here. There he is. Hello there.
Hello.
Welcome here. Let me clean this background up so it's fresh so they can see you. Hello.
Awesome. Hello. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here. This is so special. It's really hard to get us all together in the same room. So virtually works and we're all going to be here.
Morgan did it though. She I don't know what she did, but we put it off. So, well, let's bring on our next guest. We have Kirby Colby, who is your new Miss Continental Elite 2026. And I am working. What I love is we have so many people. Hello, young lady. How are you?
Hi, everybody.
Welcome.
I can't hear you.
That's okay. If you can't, just log off and I'll bring you right back on. It's no big deal. Can you hear me now?
I can't hear anything.
So log off and then come back on.
And come back.
That's okay. I'm gonna let her know. I love my Kirby.
Yeah, just message her.
We're going to keep bringing the crew on real quick. We have Sting Dion, who is your Miss Continental newcomer 2026. Hello, love.
Hello.
So good to see you. Look gorgeous. Just a little something for the kids.
Yeah, I just like woke up from a nap, just threw something on really quick, nothing.
I live. King, can you do me a huge favor? Can you message in the group chat and let
Yes.
her? She already got the memo.
Yeah.
And that is quite all right. And I knew that we were going to maybe have some people bop on and off. So viewers at home, just know we're going to make it work because we're going to get the crew together, right, Sting? Look, it's just me and you, girl.
And it just ended up being you and I. Here
I live. But you know what? We have more to come. Let's bring on next, who is Godfrey Arbulu.
Yes.
Fabulous. Our Miss Continental 2026. Hello, gorgeous.
Good morning.
Good morning. What time is it there?
It's 8 p.m., but it's always morning.
I live. You're bringing that bright, sunshiny day, Mama. I live. Well, thank you for joining us tonight.
Thank you for having me.
It's a huge honor, and I'm so excited. I'm so excited to bring you all on and get us together. Up next, we have Alexandria Diamond, your Miss Continental Plus 2026. Hello, Diva.
Hello again.
Welcome. And then let's just dive in and bring our last but certainly not least guest tonight. And then I want to make sure we do a mic check, and we're going to continue on our podcast tonight. So rounding out this fabulous panel, we have Isaiah Sanchez Hilton, who is your Mr. Continental 2026. Hello there.
Hello.
Welcome.
Welcome.
So I am just ear to ear smiling.
Mhm.
Yes, Godfrey. Are you saying hello? Can you hear us?
Me?
Yes. Can everyone hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Fierce. Okay, and I can hear everyone. So let's dive right in. So tonight is a very special edition of Let's Get Down to Excellence because I have the Continental Royal Court. Okay, and I'm going to say the 2026 pageant season because we're reigning currently in 2026. And I'm just excited because I can't wait to open the door and get to know how the Continental system works. I know there's 6 amazing divisions, and I know that y'all are going to give us the tea. Why don't we start off by going around and everyone introducing themselves, say your title, and maybe a fun fact about yourselves that the viewers at home might not know already. How's that sound?
Hey, good. Sounds good. I'll go first. Hey everyone again. I'm very excited to be here. My name is King Adonis. I was sashed last year as your Mr. Continental Newcomer 2025, and now going on to 2026. And a fun fact about me, well, I usually always in different scenarios say that the fun fact is that I do male entertainment because that's what's really fun about me. So in this case, I'll say that maybe my fun fact is that I love being at home with my dog in my free
Aw,
time.
what's your dog's name?
She's literally right here enjoying the live. Her name is Leah. Say hi to
Leah.
everybody.
Hello, Leah.
This
Gorgeous.
is Leah. She never leaves my side.
She's like, I'm getting the spotlight. Move over, King. Here I go.
Literally.
So Kirby, why don't you introduce yourself and your title and a little
Will
bit.
do. I'm Kirby Colby, Miss Continental Elite, the newly crowned 2026. A fun fact about me, because I am elite, I'm actually 132 years old. No, I don't really have a fun fact, but I'm not that old.
And you have a fabulous sense of humor too. That is your fun fact.
Thank
I
you.
love it. No, but I love you. I adore you so much. Thank you for joining tonight.
Absolutely.
And then up next we have.
Hi, my name is Sting Dion. I am your newly crowned Miss Continental Newcomer 2026. And a fun fact about me is that I did competitive cheerleading for 5 years, and you might have been able to tell from my talent.
Which we're gonna definitely get into chat too. And up next we have the gorgeous.
So my
Hi.
name is
Oh.
Hey, I'm forward. I'm Godfrey Bulu. I'm Miss Continental 2026. And what else I can say? So I have 25 years of experience, like entertaining. It's my whole life. And I'm here to have fun with all of you.
Wow, I'm so thankful that you're here tonight. Thank you for joining. And rounding the next corner is.
Hi, I'm Alexandria Diamond. I am your newly crowned Miss Continental Plus. And fun fact about me, I love to cook. I love to learn food recipes from other countries, and I cook a lot in my house. My gas bill's expensive.
Which is even fiercer because your background is a kitchen.
Yeah,
That's
it was the prettiest place I had in the house.
That's great. Well, we all know what it's like when you're competing for a pageant, right? It's just chaos everywhere, stoning and sewing and hair and everything and makeup. So, but I like the attention to detail. Last but certainly not least, rounding out our panel of guests tonight, we have
Hello, everyone. I am Isaiah Sanchez Hilton. I am Mr. Continental. And a fun fact about me is I am a huge video gamer. I take my game everywhere I go, and if I don't get to play it, I get cranky.
I feel like I've always wanted to do that. What game do you play?
Right now, I'm big on Fortnite.
Okay.
I'm huge on Fortnite right now, and Mortal
And
Kombat.
you can do Fortnite on, because I'm used to seeing everyone with the Fortnite moment with the
So I bring my PlayStation and my Nintendo Switch everywhere, but I have every game system there is.
I love it. How many skins do you have? It's Fortnite skins, right?
157.
How many?
157.
Okay, all right. I only know because my nephew plays. That's really the only reason why, but that's fierce. So, okay, well, thank you so much yet again for joining. So what I want to do is I want to dig into a little bit more of who you all are, and how about we just start off by talking about where you all came from, and maybe a little bit about your childhood. Something that you might want to share, whether it be your family or maybe what inspired you to do performing, if that was more something in your childhood, but anything that you want to share. I think this would be a great opportunity to kind of get the ground going. So King, let's start with you.
I was born and raised in Cuba in a very small town where with not many people. There was no gay people around, at least that I knew of, and I would never really leave the town much, only to go to my family's house. So I was raised in a very small town, just everybody knew each other. Um, I came to the United States when I was 14. So I got here, I started high school, didn't know any English, didn't know anything about the system, the country in general. So it was all a learning process up until I got into theater, and that's when I realized that I loved the arts and I loved. I think I always loved it since I was smaller and younger in Cuba, but I was never allowed to get into it. My dad wanted me to do the martial arts or running or sports, and I was not into it at all. I think once I tried to play football and I got hit by the ball, and that was the end of that. Well, not football, but like soccer, like in
I
Cuba we
got
call it,
you. Yep.
football. But finally, when I got to high school here, I was able to get into theater, and I think the little gay child inside of me started to come out, and I was like, "Oh my God, I did it! I made it!" So with theater, going into college, and I started dancing, and then I started dancing at bars in Miami, and then so and so on. I met the drag life in Miami, and then that's where I learned that I wanted a little bite of it. I mean, never wanted to be a drag queen. That was never in the cards for me. But then I started seeing male entertainers, and I met people like Raul, my father, and that's what really inspired me to become the king that I am today. And that's a little bit of how I got to be King Adonis, which actually the Adonis came by through my mother, Godfrey, because we were sitting in the car one day, and I was like, "What's gonna be my name? What's gonna be my name?" And then she was like, "Well, Adonis is the god of beauty, so." That's your name. So thank you so much, mother.
Yes, I didn't know. Little fun fact: we have a family here as well. Well, we're all a family now. We are.
Yes, we're all a family.
This is the Brady Bunch of the Continental right now, and I'm a part of it. Right up top, whoever that is.
Welcome, welcome.
You can be Alice. We'll let you be Alice.
I have two questions for you, King Adonis. First, you said that you were in theater. Was there anything that stood out to you in theater that drew, like, meaning like any special productions, or were you singing? Were you most.
Yes. So I was always more into the dancing part because I didn't even know English fully at the moment. I had only been here for a year. So in my school, all the ESOL kids were like sticking together. They were all like, hanging out with each other. Everybody that spoke Spanish was hanging out with the Spanish speakers. And I've never wanted to just follow what everybody else does. So I was like, I'm not gonna do this. I'm gonna make friends with all the American kids and I'm gonna go out there and try to do my own thing. So that's when the new friends that I made, they were like, "Oh my god! Like if you like to dance, you should audition for the show that we're doing this semester." And it was gonna be Hairspray. So I was gonna be one of the nicest kids in town. I auditioned, I got the part, and I was always into the dancing part, but I always wanted to be the star. Inside, I was always like, I want to be the main role. I want to be the main lead, but I could never do it because I didn't know English that much. But luckily enough, that's what helped me really to get my English to be that much better, to get the accent right, to learn more like in the dictionary part, just the vocabulary and all of that. Theater is what really helped me with that, and I'm very thankful. But look at me now. Now I'm the main lead and the star.
And we'll be talking about your suit that you were wearing that had the crown attached to it. Mind blowing. So my other question for you, and then I want to move on to our next guest. But when you said you started wanting to perform as a male entertainer, and you said that you said refer to father. Was that your performer father, as Godfrey is your mother?
Yeah. Performer father, Ro. Yeah,
I love
he
that.
was Mr. Continental before Isaiah.
Everything, and I think that's so special and unique because you hear about drag performing and all that, and then the Kings and also other male performers, they have a family as well, and I think it's important
Yeah,
that that's talked about. And thank you for bringing that up as far as
of course.
father, and a shout out as well. Now we got the whole fam spoken for. Do you have any brothers or sisters then?
Yeah, actually, my sister is sitting right here, Sting Dion.
Okay. So all I need to do is join the family, and then I'm in.
Yeah, the
Okay.
Dions are a very big family, and we are very, very given, and we take in a lot of people.
I love that. No, that's fierce.
Yeah.
Well, let's move on to our next. We have the fabulous Kirby Colby. Hello, Lovey.
Hi there.
So
So
let's.
go ahead.
No, you were gonna take the ground running. You take the wheel, baby. I want you to just tell everybody where you're from, and a little bit about your childhood, and then a little bit about your journey getting into the performing world.
Okay. I am born and raised in North Carolina, small town country boy. I was the youngest of 6 children. I have 2 brothers and 3 sisters. I was the baby. So early on, I knew I was different from the other 5. Stood out like a sore thumb, just never fit in. Growing up in a small town, you don't have a lot of outlets as far as creativity. So I kind of stayed to myself. I was in my own little world. Just, you know, like I guess all young gay kids, you play like in your mom's stuff, away from everybody and hope you don't get caught by somebody like dressed up in drag at age of 4, I guess. But high school was a little rough for me. I sort of dove into the academic aspect of everything. Didn't really have any creative outlets in high school either. Didn't do drama, didn't do chorus, didn't do any of that. And so I left at 18, moved to the capital city of Raleigh and started school at NC State. And shortly thereafter, I got taken to a gay club. And the very first night I was there, the music changed and they said, "Welcome to the stage, so-and-so." And here came this drag queen down the stairs at this gay club. And I was like, this is my calling. If she can do this, I can do this. And just got started in talent shows from there and started going out and to see every show that I could possibly see and meet whoever I could meet. And Kirby Kobe was just kind of born.
Do you have an inspiration for your performing? Like, do you channel anyone specific or any kind of vibe?
I don't think I channel anybody specific. I mean, I try to like pull from old Hollywood and old movies and what I consider like the great stars of the past. But, for me, getting older in this business, you're always constantly trying to reinvent yourself and look for new things. So I do try to keep up with current stuff. I don't try to, box myself into a certain type of drag or a certain type of look. I mean, I've been known to wear, crazy things, colored hair and all that stuff too. I try to keep up with the young kids, and they probably look at me and think I'm a little crazy and a little old, but hey,
Well,
I do what I do.
I know that there's an age like greater than a certain age to do with the elite, but I know you literally probably just tiptoed right into there, like you're
Oh,
right.
absolutely. Yeah, I barely made the cutoff. Yeah.
So we're right.
No, it's 45 years old, and I am actually 55 years old. So
Well, and you're still doing it, honey. And
trying
your
to.
talent was everything, and that was definitely the old school fabulous too.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Work. I see some plants behind you. Is that like, do you love plants, or is that just the fabulous spot that you picked in the house, like Alexandria did in the kitchen?
I am actually house sitting and dog sitting for some friends of mine. They are in the lovely island of Puerto Rico on vacation. So I'm taking care of their place. So this is actually
Very nice, very nice. I love Puerto Rico. My parents actually have a piece of property on Vieques, which is so beautiful. If you don't know, go check it out. It's amazing.
I've never been. It's definitely on my bucket list to go. I definitely want
everything. And my partner's Puerto Rican as well, so
nice.
I gotta get them there. So okay, and then is there anything else that you want to talk about maybe? Because you are former Miss Gay America. Do you want to talk a little bit about that for a moment?
It is a milestone in pageantry. I am actually the first former Miss Gay America to achieve a national title in the Continental system. So I'm very proud of that, and I hope that opens a lot of doors to some of my fellow sisters. Maybe they will follow in my footsteps. I do know that we do have a former Miss Gay America who will be competing for Miss Continental coming up in September, Pataya Hart. So maybe she can be the second.
I live. Well, unless I become a Dion as well, and then you better watch
that too. Yeah, absolutely.
And speaking of Dion, Miss Sting Dion, how are you doing over there or up there?
I'm doing great. How about you?
I'm doing good. Not as good as that beautiful hair on the top of your head, honey. You're looking fierce. So you know the memo, you know the drill of what we're doing. Why don't you say hello to everyone out there and a little bit about yourself?
Okay, well, hi everyone. Sting Dion, newly crowned Miss Continental newcomer 2026. So childhood, I have always been super flamboyant little gay boy. I started doing theater at like the age of 4 until I was like 13. Obviously coming from like a Latino household, my dad was very like machismo, so he wanted me to be very masculine. He wanted me to play all the sports like King Adonis, but that was not my cup of tea at all. I did like little league like baseball for like I think one single day, and that was it. And so yeah, I like grew up doing theater from like 4 to like 13. And then after that, I started going to cheerleading, and then I did like high school cheerleading, then went into like competitive all-star cheerleading, and then was going to compete at the world championships. But then I accidentally landed a trick wrong and almost tore my ACL, MCL, and my meniscus. And so that was like the end of my cheerleading career. But I was just always craving that like performance, and I was friends with a few girls, Morphine Love Dion, which is also one of my sisters, and FK Twink, who's also another one of our sisters. And they had been doing drag for a little bit, and so they told me like, oh, maybe you should try this, maybe you should try that. So one day I did a talent competition, and it was against 12 girls, and I ended up coming in first place. And then I went back the following week, did it again, came in first place again, went back the following week, did it again, came in first place again. I was like, okay, maybe I might be onto something.
Collecting cards, honey.
Yeah, I was like, maybe this might be good for me. And here we are years later, and I just am loving it so much. I feel so grateful to have my family, like having Godfrey, King Adonis, and just like all the rest of the Dions. Like, it genuinely is such a huge part of my life, and I genuinely have no idea where I would be without these people.
I love that, and I think that's very important too, because it's your chosen family, and sometimes that bond is even stronger than your biological family, your main family. So
Absolutely. Like my mom, I will say my mom is like my biological mom is like my biggest fan. Like when I first started doing drag, she would like come out to like all the shows and everyone would like call her Sister Rocky, and like there would be like a whole little section for my mom and like a little like glass of like a bottle of wine. And then my dad, when I first started doing drag, he was definitely very against it. But now that he sees that like I'm doing good, I'm able to like sustain myself. Now he's like, okay, like I see where you're going now. So it's baby steps, but I'm definitely really proud of like his progress.
I love it. I have a semi pageant question for you. So you were a cheerleader.
Yes.
Do you find that you can channel some of the tools that cheerleading taught you? Not even just the tricks and all that, but I know cheerleading is a whole different ballgame when it comes to competitive cheerleading. So is there anything that you've taken from that you're utilizing as a tool in competing in pageantry?
Yeah, I think with cheerleading, everything needs to be very clean, very sharp. It needs to be perfect every time, because when you're doing competitive cheerleading, you're preparing all year for 2 minutes and 30 seconds. And so you can have an amazing year, but if at the end you are not perfect in those last 2 minutes and 30 seconds, then that's it. So I kind of strive every single time I'm performing just to have that same level of like cleanliness, perfection, and especially with pageantry, you know, going into that, like it's whatever you have leave on the pageant floor is what they're going to see.
Yeah.
So making sure that every single little aspect is as perfect as possible. I think cheerleading has definitely taught me that. I had a really intense coach. So yeah, she definitely drilled a lot of notes into my head.
Good. Because look at where you're at today.
Yes.
I know, I love it. Is there anything else you would like to share about your childhood / getting into performing / a little bit about you?
I'm a Leo, so you can have me here like yapping forever. So we can go on.
Don't worry, we still have tons of time to dig in even more. Don't you worry.
Beautiful.
Up next we have Godfrey, Miss Continental. Oh, the royalty, honey. Well, you also know the drill. Thank you again for joining us tonight. I would love to hear a little bit about you and your footsteps into performing as well.
So thank you for having me. Well, I'm Godfrey Bulu, so I was born in Peru long time ago. Long time ago. And well, I was born and raised there, and then I came to the United States in 2013 when I started doing my career as an entertainer. Well, I started my career in Peru in 2000. In 2013, I started my career here in the United States, and this then was what was my first Miss Continental in 2014 when I was top 12. And then I started everything about Continental. I fall in love with the system, and I'm here.
I love that. So I have a question. So when you said you performed in Peru, did you perform as like a forgive me for saying, but like a drag entertainer, or did you what kind of performing did you do in Peru?
I started being a back-end dancer in the beginning, and well, that was before my transition.
Okay.
So then I was thinking, of course, in Peru I have my drag mother. Her name is Coco Maru Six. And in that time, so like looking at her on the stage, it was like, oh my God, I want to be like her, you know? She's the most famous like drag queen performer, showgirl in Peru. And it was, oh my God, I want to be like her. So I started like working on that, you know? So I was being a back-end dancer, but every time they needed somebody to get in drag, was the first person like saying, me.
I love it.
So, and then I was getting dressed as a girl, as a woman. And then I was saying, okay, maybe to go to the next step, I need to fully transition, you know? So that's when I started doing surgeries and everything. And that's how I started everything.
And baby, the rest is history, honey. So, and you also mentioned that when you came to the States and then you were introduced in, I think 2014 to the Continental system, and we're going to dig into it a little bit more, but I would love for you to kind of express like, what was your drawing force to it? Like, cause you said, I love the system, but what do you love about the Continental system that really drew you to it?
Well, I was looking videos in Peru before, like,
Okay.
all the performers, Sasha Colby, Mimi Marks, all the entertainers. And I was like, oh my God, I want to be there. I want to, like be on that stage. But also my mother, Coco Six, that I'm telling you from Peru, she was living in United States for I don't know, like couple years, probably 3-4 years. And she competed for a prelim to go to Continental.
Mhm.
She didn't make it. She didn't go to nationals. So she started like talking to me about Continental and everything. So, and then was when I started like, following the system and everything. And what I fall in love that I can see there's the best entertainers they are Continentals.
Yeah. Rich. I call it rich.
And I want to be one of them, of course.
Of course. And you are
Yeah.
that. I just, like I said at the beginning of the podcast when I was watching the video, like you all are just so, I just say the word rich because it's just the way you present yourself is so professional and clean, and just hats off to all of you, and hats off to the Continental system, the way that you're presenting the pageant package. I think it's absolutely fantastic, and I'm becoming a huge fan. So
Thank you so much.
is there any other fun facts you want to share with us about your childhood, or what was it like? What was it like moving to the States? Was performing different? Like, was the vibe different?
In the beginning, it was hard. Well, in Peru, we don't have the culture about tipping,
Yeah.
So in the beginning, when I was start performing here, it was, white people is coming to me, trying to touch me and give me money. And it was like, oh my God, I was a little bit like stressed. But and then my friend was like, oh no, Garfield, you have to take the money. But so I was getting the money and throwing it. Like when people was trying to give me the money, it was holding and throwing in the back. And it's like, oh, let me do my choreography, this. I was training to do this song, whatever. So then my friend said, don't do that because it's rude, blah, blah, blah. And it was like, oh my God. Okay, I'm trying to. And then it was so hard for me because I was trying to hold the money. Sometimes I was throwing the money and people were telling me, hold it. Don't throw it. No, throw it so you can dance, whatever. It's like, oh my God. But I learned it.
Now you have children that can pick up your money, so you can throw it anywhere you want, honey. And you look fabulous, baby. I will come pick up your money, baby. Like,
so I can tell you I found a fun thing of my children. So Carlos sometimes helping me to grab my money.
Yeah.
But I say I don't like throwing my money, right?
Mm-hmm.
But Carlos love it when I'm doing a choreography. Carlos start throwing my money, and it's
like your already claimed money is coming back out.
It's like throwing at me, and it's like, Carlos, don't throw my money like that.
You're like, what if there's probably hundreds in there, babe? Like, come on.
So keep it there. Keep it in the bucket. Keep it in the bucket.
I love it. Well, Paris, thank you so much. And you're just a ray of sunshine. So thank you. So much. Up next, we have Alexandria Diamond. Hello, darling.
Hi.
My cooker. What do you love to cook? I'm just going to go right in. What's your favorite thing to cook?
I'm always Puerto Rican food because that's born and raised. Like I just know from learning from my parents, that's the easiest thing. If I want a poor meal, to some people it's like, oh, that's a poor meal. Baby, to us on the island, it's like, that is the most delicious meal in the world. But yeah, anything Puerto Rican. I actually just learned how to cook Venezuelan food because my partner is from Latin America. So me learning those dishes, I've been really enjoying it. I've been stuck on making empanadas with my roommate, and it's been getting me a little more chunkier than I need to be.
Well, now you are Miss Continental Plus.
By 2 pounds.
But I know you just hit that mark as well and I will not say the number of criterium 4 because I would never, I'm a lady, but you're just right. You were right there, baby. You were right there. It was that one empanada.
Literally.
So I do digress. Please tell the world a little bit about yourself and a little bit of your inspiration coming up in performing.
Yeah. I actually started dancing really young age in elementary school, and when I got to junior high school, I did my first pageant. I won Mr. Tiny Puerto Rico Prince 2007. Watch out, boys. Um, and I fell in love with it. My mom, my grandma, and my aunt, they're all cosmetologists. So I've been around the girls doing hair and makeup and glamour. And I was always the boy that's like staring and they're like, go in the kids' place, go in the kids' place. But I was so fascinated by the glitz and glam. Um, and after I did my first pageant, I stood in the dance world. I was choreographing a lot of quinceañeras, cotillions, sweet 16s. And I did that for 3 companies choreographing. And then one day I got a email, hey, we need a choreographer and a dancer for a pageant. Didn't know nothing about it. Didn't know nothing about where I was going, where I was going to be. Wasn't 21, wasn't supposed to even be inside the building. Um, and yeah, I danced back up for someone at Motor City Continental a long time ago. And I had long hair, like down to my butt. And the queen that I danced for said, girl, you'll be such a fierce drag queen the way you were dancing on that stage. If I lost the pageant, it's because my dancers were out dancing me. And 1 week later, she put me in drag, and my life changed forever. Never turned back. And yeah, I started doing hair and makeup for other queens and other pageants. And I think I got greedy and said, I want to do that for myself, and I want to win pageants for myself. I don't want to keep helping girls win pageants. So I finally did that, and yeah, I just full-time drag, full-time pageants, full-time drag mom.
So, what is your inspiration for? Because I've seen all your photos. Because I Facebook stalked all of y'all, but everyone's photos are amazing, and you have definitely a different vibe, like that cheetah print one. Like, what is your inspiration for your style of performing?
Being a professional dancer, I just like to perform. Adding on the lip sync was something that I fell in love with because when you dance, you don't have to lip sync. We let our bodies speak for us. And to be able to lip sync, it brought me to love music a lot more. And drag saved my life because I was raised in the most horriblest places in Northwest Indiana. And I just fell in love with music. And I wanted to be a performer that when you see me perform on stage, you'll go home talking about that number. So for me, it's like the music that I do, the songs that I choose, I make sure that I embody not only my lyrics, but the beat and the rhythm. And I'm just a showgirl. I like to perform. I've been rocking the gay streets out here of Chicago just performing for so long that my body is now feeling it all.
Well, when you're done this, you eat an empanada and you put your feet up on that couch and watch
But as for my drag, I just love to be pretty. I love to feel beautiful, look beautiful. My mom and my grandma are glam girls, and growing up, I just was obsessed with that. And I think I utilize a lot of that in my drag. You know, we like to feel ourselves. We love the compliments, we love the attention, and I think being in drag gives me a lot of that. Maybe I didn't have that as a child, so it exudes out of me when I'm in my drag persona.
Well, you're gorgeous.
Thank you.
In and out of performing, but your photos are just crisp. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Shout out to Adam Wamain. He is my only photographer that I shoot with.
Ooh, Adam, thank you. I'll hit you up in Chicago.
Okay.
Now, is there anything else that you would like to share about yourself before we last, but certainly not least?
No, I'm a chatter, so I think I gave enough.
Fabulous. And we'll definitely be circling back around. Don't you worry. Isaiah, you're up next, my love.
Hello.
Thank you for being so patient. You get the gold star for being patient.
Oh my God, they talk so much.
Now it's just us. Don't worry, they're gone now. It's just us. No, thank you. You're up, babe. No, you're up, babe. I want you to tell them a little bit about you and about your performing.
Okay, well, I'm originally from Miami, Florida. Born and raised in what they call Liberty City, pretty ghetto area, very, very ghetto. I started pageantry when I was 19 years old. I think that when I was 14 years old, I met my gay family. And at that time, I didn't know that they would, be a part of my life. And I gravitated to people like Tatiana Braxton, Valencia Santiago, and a few others. I started as a backup dancer at 16. I think I was at US of A with a fake ID. I'm not going to say who I danced for, but my career started as a dancer. And then I remember touching the stage at Continental in 2006. at Continental Plus as a dancer. And I remember coming off the stage, and I had no desire to ever want to do drag, want to be in pageantry or anything. I just wanted to dance.
Mhm.
And I remember having a conversation with Jim um, as I was coming down the stairs because they didn't have the that black curtain there at the time. And I remember he was sitting in his chair and was like, "Oh, I can't wait to see you on this stage." And I was like, "You'll see me tonight." Like, and at that time, it didn't resonate how much drag meant to me. And as years went by, it kept lingering in my head, and I just knew I had to do it for myself. So in 2009, I was put in my first pageant, which was called Flea Market. It was a pageant that they had in the daytime at Flea Market in Miami, and it was open to the public. It was free for everyone, but it was very interesting because it happened at 2 p.m. And like people that was in the flea market shopping would literally walk by and see what's going on. So yeah, it was very interesting. But my career started there, and then I just was hungry for it. I became very competitive, and I wanted to, win everything.
Did you win the flea market?
I did. I did. My first pageant.
You know
Yes.
what? I would have taken that crown and I would have been shopping in the flea market
Yes.
after.
But I kind of was threatened at that time. I kind of had like, if I didn't win, I was going to be in trouble because I jumped in a pageant. My grandmother, Valencia Santiago, helped me in 2 weeks get ready for the pageant. And my first gay mother, Chanel Divine Sherrington, didn't know anything about it. She didn't know I was competing or anything. So she was like, if I don't win, she's disowning me. So I had a lot of pressure.
Well, and then here you are, though. You pushed
Here I
through,
am.
you're through, and here you are.
Yes.
So for you, what is your style of performing? Like when you're on stage and you're doing your production, what is your go-to? Like what's your style?
So my go-to, I listen to a lot of rap music, um, naturally. So I enjoy performing a lot of urban rap music, and I love dancing. I'm not big on doing the slow ballads.
Mhm.
Personally, I love watching them. I love watching the girls do them, especially. But it's never been my go-to. I'm forcing myself to do that now as I get older because I can't dance as much as I would like to without being sore. Um, and I tend to wear a lot of suits. I love suits. I love fashion. I love clothing. So suits is definitely my aesthetic.
Mhm.
Costumes, rarely see me in anything with feathers and stuff like that. Once again, things I love to look at, but naturally just isn't my aesthetic. But I do appreciate when others do it. So that's pretty much who I think I try to be, or I am a just classic man.
Mhm.
Um, naturally, my creativity comes in stuff like my talents and stuff like that. I think that's where my creative flows, creative juices come out.
Come from. I do have to ask for my misters. Have you ever done drag before? For both.
No, never before. I do want to one day. I want to one day look as beautiful as Gaffrey does,
I mean,
but I have that has never happened yet.
okay, well, we have a whole team behind both of you.
I've done a turnabout show a few times, like for benefits at like Hamburger Mary's, and one in Atlanta when I was actually prettier than my Queen Godfrey, but we don't talk about that much. But that's it.
So when you performed in what is it, turnaround show? You
Turnabout.
said? Turnabout. What song did
Oh
you
my
do?
God. The first time I did a dance number, and it was an absolute tragedy because I had this long wig, and I'm a dancer, so I'm dancing and kicking my face, and half the performance I was fighting the wig because it kept getting in my face. So it was horrible. My wig did not come off though, but it was horrible. And then I did it again, and I said, I'm done with this. I'll support fundraisers in different ways because after this last performance at for Black America, was a cameo in my best friend's talent, and it was like a part where I had to pretend to be Liza Minnelli or her, and I was in drag for about 10 minutes, and I said I'm done. The wig was killing me.
Oh, it was tight. Was it tight?
Oh my god, so tight. Like I couldn't think. It was painful. The heels were fine. I was fine in that because I'm a dancer and I have a natural arch. But the wig itself was tearing me anew.
All
So
right.
I
So
commend
now,
girls.
so my last question for you is there a video of you doing Liza
I
Minnelli
hope not.
for the 10 minutes? Because I'm telling you right now, I'm going to find it. And if people, the viewers that are watching right now, and by the way, if you're just tuning in for the first time, get your glimpse in your eyes all over this fabulous Continental Royal Court that we have for 2026, number one. So virtual applause to all of you. Also, please hit that share button. The more people we bring in, the more people we fall in love with the Continental system, as much as your girl Morgan does as well. So, and please try and ask some questions. I am looking over here at the comments. If you have any questions for any of these fabulous guests, please let me know and I'll try my best to bring them up to light. So Isaiah, is there anything else that you want to share about yourself before I move forward? I want to make sure.
Um, Not at the moment. I'm a homebody. I'm very active. I like sports. I love fishing. Definitely a gamer. I cook a lot, almost every single day. That's one of the things that my friends would say about me. I try to cook everywhere I go. I'm a big foodie. Yeah,
Love it. Well, thank you. And I
thank
love it.
you.
And you'll never catch me playing a video game against you because I will lose.
I'll
So
teach you.
you'll let me win? Is that what you just said? You'll let me win?
No, I won't let you win,
Okay.
but I'll teach you. I don't like to lose.
Deal. So I just want to keep our train going, and thank you for opening up to the viewers at home and giving them a glimpse of who you are on your personal life. I do want to kind of switch gears a little bit and focus a little bit more on the Continental system, and just give a huge shout out to the system with 6 divisions. And what I would love to do is have everybody go around, and if it's okay, I would love for you to kind of talk a little bit about the focus of your division, whether it be, what the criteria is to be able to compete in it, or because I'm assuming, let's start with, is every division, do they have the same categories?
As far as in the competition, when the competition
Yeah.
come around, do they have the same categories? Usually yes, but for example, when I competed, I didn't have swimwear, which I was very devastated because obviously I love to show off my body, and that's the one category that nobody can take from me. Usually, because obviously there can be anybody that can take it. But no, I think everybody else has had the same categories, but I think mine was probably the first one that didn't have it. But then I was very smart and I chose a talent where I could show off my body. Because I was like, if I'm not gonna do it in swimwear, they're gonna get to see this body at one point. It can't just all be suits.
Well, now I know your theme for your opening number for your step down.
Yes,
It's going to be about
yeah,
body,
yes.
body,
Yep,
honey.
yep, body.
So, so yeah, just give us, if you wouldn't mind just giving us a little bit of vibe. I know that some of you just like literally place the crown on your head, but I would love for you to give the viewers at home a little bit of a glimpse of what your division is about, if that's okay.
Yeah,
King, I'm going to start with you, my darling, and then
yeah.
we'll kind of keep the same rotation, if that's okay.
Yeah, well, my division, it was when I competed, it was only the second year that they were doing it. It's the newcomers division. And I was lucky enough to be the second Mr. Newcomer to be stashed last year. And as far as the criteria, and I think it's just so awesome that they created that division just to begin with, because Continental is such a big stage. And sometimes for somebody like me, who is a newcomer in the whole pageant system in general, maybe we don't feel ready yet to go against somebody like Isaiah, who has been like a seasoned performer for so many years, or any of the other male entertainers out there. So then you have the newcomer division where people that have had national titles in the past are not allowed to compete. You have to be doing drag for at least 3 years or 3 years or less, and you can't have won any national titles before. So it definitely gives you a little bit more confidence to know that everybody else that's competing against you will be at the same level. Of course, it definitely helps. So when I had the opportunity and my father Raul told me, I want to bring you to the Continental Newcomer. I want to bring you and you're gonna do it. It was literally 2 weeks before the competition was happening. So I got ready in 2 weeks. I put on a talent and I came up and I did it, and it was probably the best experience of my life. And also to be up there, and I had Godfrey with me backstage. She was my dresser at the time, and that was also such a big help because I there was not 1 second that I walked out there feeling nervous because I knew that I had her eye look me up and down right before I walked out every single time. And this woman is so smart at everything she does, and putting you together is one of her best things that she can do. So for the newcomers, definitely you need to have somebody behind you that knows the system, that knows pageantry, and that knows what they're doing. Because we're still learning. We're still learning, and there's gonna be a lot of things that you're not gonna know. So I definitely wouldn't want anyone to just throw themselves out there by themselves alone. Ask for help, reach out for help. The people that have done it a million times, the people that know the different systems, the continental system, and then that way you will be successful. But thank you to Continental for creating the newcomers division, and I'm only a second Mr. Newcomer. We're very excited to see all the Mr. Newcomers that will be coming up in the future.
Yes, and I believe because Jim Flint brought this division on in 2023, correct?
Yeah,
It means there's how many? How many?
there's only there's
I'm not
only been there's only been two so far, and
okay.
then I'll be giving up and sashing another one in September for Labor weekend.
So just so I'm clear, so are you the second or third?
The second.
Okay, come
Yeah.
on. Very fresh. So listen up, everyone. If you want to compete, 3 years or less, no pageantry winnings, right? Just winning or competing in
No national titles, so nothing like US of A or anything like that. Yeah,
all right.
some of like we had like some of us that were competing had like bar titles, small things like that, but you just cannot have any national titles.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you. I do have another quick question too. So when it comes to the pageant, and this is kind of for everyone, but King, I'll just ask you about it. Is there interview during
Yeah.
the day?
So for us, we got there. It was all new to me. So this was obviously I was ready because the people behind me got me ready. But it was the first time that I was doing everything. So you basically get there, you do registration, which you have to be early because on time is already late. So you gotta be early. It's a lot of pressure. You get to meet everyone. You get to sign up for the competition. You get to learn all the rules. You sign a contract, and right after registration, you're gonna go into interview, which is a group interview. So it's horrifying. You're getting interviewed by the judges, and you're next to all the contestants. So everybody gets to hear what you're saying. You get to hear the way that everybody else is speaking. And honestly, by that time, once you see everybody and you're listening to everyone, you can kind of tell, like, okay, I got this, or you're like, I think I'm out of my depth right here. We're gonna keep going, but I think this is not gonna be a time. And as soon as I did that interview, I felt so confident. The way that I was speaking to with the judges and the way that I saw everybody else speak after me, I felt so confident and so ready to just continue on. And that was in the middle of the day. So after that, you go and you get ready for your call time, which will be like maybe like 2 or 3 hours before the doors open. And then the competition will start off with presentation, which is not judged, but you will do presentation, and then I believe we did formal wear and then talent and then question and answer, or the other way around: talent, formal wear, and then question and answer until the end.
Cool. And my last question for you, if it's okay. So for Mr., it's a little different because you're not going to come in and out in a gown. I mean, if you wanted to, I guess you could, right? I don't want to ever say you can't. But is there any restrictions on your formal wear, or can you just
Um,
go as elaborate as you want?
I wouldn't say restrictions, just as far as points that you have to hit. Like not a restriction, but there's definitely standards. So knowing as much as what you're, and probably I say I can go more into depth with this because he's the king of formal wear. But your suits has to be fitted a specific way. Everything it needs to fit around your back, around your arms. It can be too long, it can be too short. The same with your hem of your pants. It can be too long, too short. Your pants have to fit correctly. No embellishments to the outfit. You can't have like any bling or anything like that, at least for Continental stage. Other pageant systems do allow it, but for Continental you can't have any stones, nothing like that. And then as far as everything does need to look what's the word, like cohesive, like I guess like the color of your suit, the color of your shoes. You can have details like like if your buttons are going to look a specific way, it can all match in. So even we cannot have like accessories like huge earrings or anything. You can make the details in your suit, show out and definitely look good. But there's no restrictions as much as it needs to look a specific way so that you get all the points that you need.
Cheers. Well, thank you. No
Yeah.
rhinestones on the suits. What? No, I'm just
Yeah.
kidding. Thank you so much, King. You're an angel. I appreciate it. And then congratulations
Thank
again.
you.
Being
Thank you.
second ever.
Thank you.
Mr.
Thank you.
Continental newcomer. Congrats.
Thank you.
Kirby, hello, darling. How are you?
Hi. I'm good.
Good. You still hanging in there with us?
Yeah, I was just waiting for King to finish.
Yes.
He likes to talk.
An angel, but we got the full scope of the day of the pageantry. Now, is that how your day went? Is because you I'm got to get my days together. I was just mulching today, gardening and mulching, so I'm all over the place. It was last weekend.
Yes.
So that was like a week and a half, right? Is where we're at.
Yeah, week and a couple of days. Yeah.
So, did your day kind of go as how King's went, where you did the interview during the day for Elite, and then presentation and so forth?
Yes, it started Sunday morning. We had registration and filled out paperwork and things like that. Immediately went into interview. There were 12 contestants, so we divided into 3 groups of 4 for interview. And after that, we ran through sound check. We approximately had maybe 3 hours to get in drag and back to the theater for check-in at 4 o'clock.
Okay.
So it was just a busy day for prelims. Final night on Monday, we did have another rehearsal, but we did have a little more time in between rehearsal to be back before the pageant started. So it just everything with Continental moves so super quick. So for anybody that is thinking about doing the contest, you do not have time to second guess. You do not have time to tarry. You do not have time to rethink things. Like literally between between evening gown and swimsuit preliminary night, I may have had 10 minutes, if that, to get ready for swimsuit.
Well, you looked great though, honey.
Thanks.
You did that quick 10-minute change, honey.
Right.
You
that's why I kept the same hair on. So
smart, very smart. So we already talked about with Elite, the age bracket. I think, is it 40, greater than 40, older than 45 or 40?
45.
45. And is there any other I keep on saying restrictions, but is there any other criteria that you have to meet, or is it just the
No, it's just an age. It's just the age thing for more mature entertainers. I think I can't really say for certain how the contest started. I do think it was for competitors that maybe had ran for Continental and not been successful, and then maybe in a way they felt they aged out or couldn't compete with the younger girls. So maybe that's why they started the Elite division. I'm not exactly certain. I think
fabulous. Yeah.
I think it was 2004, I believe.
Yeah, 2004.
Nikki Adams was the first crowned, and I actually was a dresser that year for Cody Collins, who competed, who was 4th runner-up to Nikki. So yeah. So I saw it from the beginning stages.
So what was your inspiration for your talent? That was buzzed out on social media for a good minute. So I want you to talk about it a little bit, about your inspiration and kind of what you did.
It's so funny because the Norma Desmond Sunset Boulevard has been with me since my first year competing for Miss Gay America, which was back in 1996. I had done a version of the talent for that, and so it's just kind of always sort of been in my wheelhouse. I mean, I've done other things. I've done production talents. I've done tried to do dance talents, but when you age in this profession, you find things that work for you. And when you start thinking about things, when I had thought about competing for Elite, I had went with that whole idea of, oh, I want backup dancers, and people get caught up in the what they think the Continental look is with the feather fans and the tuxedos and all that kind of thing. And I had went down that road thinking that I wanted to do like a jazz talent with dancers and things, and people that were close to me that I trusted and believed in, they kept saying, why would you change something that works for you? So it was always my thought to do Sunset Boulevard for prelim night, but I actually had a different talent for final night.
Oh,
It was still a single talent. It was still me, still dramatics. But after prelim night, after things went so well, and I was walking around the theater, and so many people were, giving me so many wonderful compliments and things like that. I really, like, my mind started to think, and I asked my group, the people that were with me, and I was like, do you think I should keep the same talent? And I had already turned in a different song for final night. So the next day at rehearsal, I told the stage manager, Harrison, I was like, I want to keep my prelim talent. And then luckily I won talent, the prelim award. So I thought, okay, this was the right decision. And Jim even told me later, he was like, you definitely made the right decision by keeping the same talent.
yeah, it was great. I have to say, just seeing a little bit more, because I, of course, Facebook stalked everyone in the past week just to kind of get a little bit more information about everyone and just kind of seeing what everyone's up to. And I have to say, watching you do your lip syncing is incredible. And just when you or even doing your ballads, it's amazing to see. So
thank you so much. And I think that's important. That's always been important for me as far as performing, because I think a lot of people get caught up more with not really grasping what the song is saying or the music that they're actually performing to. So for me, I have always just kind of like sort of dove into the essence of the song or the essence of the words or the lyrics, and try to portray that.
So is there anything for you that's a standout as far as being a part of the elite division as opposed to being in the Miss Continental division or the plus size division? Is there any, or newcomer as well? Is there anything that stands out to you aside from the age, or is it everything still consistent?
I think everything is still consistent. I mean, I'm enamored with all of the court. I watched each of you compete, whether it was on video or in person, and I'm just, part of me is still a little starstruck by all of it. I've watched Continental. The first pageant I went to was in 1998 when Michelle Dupree won. Even before that, I think my first taste of Continental is I saw a VHS tape with Dana Douglas on it, clips from the year that she won. It's just, when something is ingrained in you, because from early days on for me in North Carolina, everything was Gay America, Gay America, Gay America. And so when you start getting introduced to other things, now with social media and YouTube, and you have all this access, we didn't have access to that back when I started drag. So if somebody had a VHS tape that they got their hands on from somebody else and you were lucky enough to see it, it opened a whole different world for you. Mm-hmm. And so I'm blessed, to be able to look back and have experience with all the different systems as far as being able to go and watch them, when I was younger. And so just to be a part of Continental now, it's a full circle moment for me.
Well, and you did that, and you did it, honey. So thank you. And thank you so much for sharing that as well.
Absolutely.
Sting Dion, I believe you're next. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Hello. That's the hair. I can't stop staring at the hair.
Thank you so much.
Which I know it's all natural, honey.
I grew up myself. Thank you.
So we do know a little bit about the newcomer division that came about, and I believe that for Miss Continental Newcomer, it was established. Jim Flynn did it in 2023 as well, correct?
Yes, yeah.
Are you also the second?
I'm the third one. So this year, at first it was Dominique, then it was Joey Young, and then Joey Young passed down her crown to me. So I think originally it was supposed to be Mr. and Miss Continental Newcomer on the same day, but they moved Mr. to September, like King Adonis was saying. So yeah, I'm just still like in awe.
I know it's fresh on the head. I know, and I love it. Y'all are
crazy. It's crazy, and so yeah, it was definitely a really big process. The same way, like what Kirby was saying, it's very fast, and I've never done anything that fast before.
Mm-hmm.
So like I had like for me it was presentation, and then swimsuit, talent, a quick little intermission, and then evening gown, question and answer, and then crowning. And so I literally had like my swimsuit underneath my presentation look, so that the moment I got off the stage, I immediately just had my dresser unzip me. I'm already in my swimsuit. I'm taking off my earrings like as I'm like walking backstage. Yep. And it was just like a crazy process.
Luckily, I can imagine the adrenaline rush from that too.
I will say I probably like there's a lot of stuff that I don't really remember, like being backstage, just because it was so fast. But you know, I had a great dresser to like really kind of like calm me down, and then also just like great support system beforehand. Like I had King Adonis and Godfrey like coaching me through the entire thing, because this is my first like pageant, so. And I'm a huge perfectionist, and so I wanted to like be as perfect as possible, and who better to go to than Godfrey, literally teaching me every little thing. Mm-hmm. And I feel so grateful to be able to have like such an incredible mentor and a mother, in that sense that it's like I have someone that knows the system so well, knows everything about Continental, to really show me exactly what to do. And I feel like I made her, at least I hope I made her really proud, like throughout this entire process.
I think, I don't want to speak for her, Godfrey, as well. But first of all, I'm going to be picking your brain, Godfrey, as well, and I'm going to be getting my little tricks and hints too. But I also have to say, Sting, you also, just from an outsider perspective, I'm sure your family is very proud of you, and I know you're very proud of yourself. But just as a spectator, I was proud of you as well. Just the way you exuded yourself on social media, just that little bits that I was seeing, and just the excitement and everything is just very inspiring. So you got to give yourself a hats off for yourself too, because other people are watching and cheering and rooting you on too. So kudos to you.
Thank you so much.
So I know King Adonis did a great job painting a picture for the newcomers and the criterium. But for the Miss division, is there anything that stood out to you a little bit differently than maybe the Misters that you want to chat about?
I think just like they have formal wear, the Misters have formal wear, and I feel like with evening gown, it's definitely that you can have the rhinestones and the glitz and the glam and all of this like extravagant stuff. So I feel like for me, at least, evening gown, I was like, okay, evening gown, especially since it's after talent, like that needs to knock it out of the park, because that's, for me at least, like the final seal that it's like, yeah, like if you really walk out in a sickening evening gown, people are gonna be like, oh, she's not coming to play. So again, like super grateful that I had Godfrey to like help me with everything. Because yeah, like I originally had like one evening gown that I was like getting made, and then literally like the week before, there was like a huge problem with my evening gown that was originally getting made. So I was just like going back and forth. The whole preparation process is like absolutely insane. I've spent like a while trying to get everything, trying to get sponsors, and it was just like I was very excited, but it was also very stressful. Sure. Like in that preparation like period, you're literally just eat, sleep, breathing Continental. And yeah, I'm glad that it all paid off because now I get to go to sleep and be Continental.
Yes. Do you go to sleep with the crown on your head? I mean, I would.
Well, I will say the night of, I fell asleep with the crown facing like right next to my pillow, so that when I woke up in the morning, I opened my eyes and the first thing that I saw was the crown. And when I woke up, I immediately just started crying again.
And I get it because it's all you're still processing it, right?
Yeah, like I feel like I'm still processing it every day.
Yeah. I was going to ask you. So I do want to ask you one more question. For your talent, can you talk a little bit about your like what your talent was about and your inspiration for your talent?
Yeah, I have so many different inspirations for my talent. I worked with this incredible photographer, Trevor Silva. So he was actually one of like Lady Gaga's dancers. So he's super, super talented. I'd worked with him once in the past and we just had such great chemistry. So when I finally decided that I was going to do Continental Newcomer, I was like, okay, I think I definitely need to have him on my team because I know that he would really take my talent and just take it all the way there. And so growing up, I've always seen like Continental videos. I was first like brought into the Continental like vision by watching Sasha Colby's talent. And that was like, I think I was like 12 years old when I first saw that. So I saw like Sasha Colby do her talent. I saw Queen Bee Ho. I saw Alicia Lee. I saw so many like iconic people's talents. And I was like, me and my friends still to this day will like come in my house or like be at someone else's house and we'll sit down late at night and we're just watching Continental videos. And so my goal was to be one of those videos that people sit down and watch. And so throughout the whole process, we kind of were just like going back and forth brainstorming, and I had so many different concepts and ideas, and I felt like my mind was going all over the place. And I just came to the story of like who I am as a person. And I'm a really big giver, and I give and I give and I give and I give, and I never ask for anything in return. And that, you know, like tends to backfire a lot of times. And so through my talent, I kind of wanted to tell the story about how much I've given and how now I'm taking the time to really give back to myself. And I'm taking all that energy that I've given to so many people and now I'm pouring it back into me. And so if you really listen to the lyrics through like each of like the song, I have 3 different parts of my talent. So like in the beginning part, it talks about being numb, like, and just being used and abused. And then the second song, Aura by Lady Gaga, this is when I start to like create that shift. And literally the first words in that is, I killed my former and left her on the trunk of Highway 10. And so it's like killing that past version of myself. And then the last song is Brand New Bitch. So I'm coming out of this whole like journey as like a brand new person.
Yeah,
So,
that's a great song too.
thank you. Thank you. Thank
Were
you.
you down for that one too, or
What was that?
were you dancing down for the Brand New Bitch, or were you just doing a whole production?
Yeah, like that was definitely a lot of dancing. Once I got into Brand New Bitch, like that's when I start with like the backflip in the air and they put me down and I just, the rest of the number is just like hardcore dance. And I had an amazing choreographer, amazing dancers. Like I'm just so grateful to like have a talent like that.
Yeah. Well, Fierce, thank you so much. Amazing, amazing, amazing. So, Miss Godfrey, the Continental guru that we have amongst us. So I just actually wanted to give 3 adjectives because I know we're as we're going through the guests, we're getting a little more glimpse of how the system is working, and I like how it's very consistent in the categories and such. So I want to talk a little bit about the symbol of Continental, and I put 3 adjectives. I was doing a little bit of research, and I wanted to give a couple adjectives to it, and I give elegance, poise, and polished. That's how I really look at the Continental system right now, and I kind of would like to shift gears a little bit with you because you have a little bit more knowledge. I mean, you've been a part of the system for a little bit of time, so what do you feel I'm going to get a little pageantry, I do apologize, but what do you feel is the recipe for success for that you tell your children as well?
Well, how I said to Stine and Carlos, if you want to win Continental, it's like you have to wake up thinking on Continental, eat Continental, think Continental, like live in Continental. But besides that, you have to be very professional, very polished. Of course, all the things that you're saying, and you have to always say be on time.
On time.
Be on time. Be professional. I don't know. I think one day I was talking with Jim, and Jim was telling me the only thing that I want of you is like make you more professional than what you are right now.
Mm-hmm.
And that's I think that's the thing that you have to think. It's like put the best of you and put it on the
That's
stage.
it. Yes, I love that. I love that. You said that beautifully. So Jim started Miss Continental in, I believe, 1980.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been around. The legacy's been around for quite a little bit of time. So for you, I know what your draw was to the system, but do you feel? I do apologize again. I'm getting pageantry with you, girl, but like I just feel I know you can handle it. So do you feel that being Miss Continental is you have more of a spotlight on you because it is the OG title, the original title?
Yes, I think have more. Yeah, for sure. Yes.
And so not to cut you, please, or I didn't want to cut you off.
No.
So, how do you balance that out? Like, do you have any escapes to like balance all that chaos? Because I'm sure it's like, and all of you, all six of you are celebrities in a sense because you are title holders in a renowned, well-known pageantry system for almost 50 years. So it's just that spotlight's on you. So how do you balance that out, or do you just constantly you keep an eye on your kids, so you just kind of focus on them and then you keep it moving?
I'm just trying, like keep going, but at the same time, it's like we have a group chat and we're talking, not every day, but we're talking like here and there and trying to keep everything balanced. We're talking a lot about it, about everything that is happening. And I know sometimes I don't think it's all the focus is on me because the whole court,
Yes.
is like taking attention from everybody. But I think I'm talking for everybody. I think once you are Continental, you have to be like very careful with what you do, where you're going, and everything like that, because all the eyes is in all of us. That's always what I'm saying.
Yeah. Is there anything that you find as something that you make sure that you are mindful of when you are out in the public as Miss Continental or part of the Continental pageantry system?
Well, I'm trying to be, like very, I can say that, like, I don't want to say I'm like acting or like doing, like, but I'm trying to be like, respectful to everybody because I think it's the most important because I can see other queens sometimes that they lose in their minds when something is happening or when somebody says something. That's the only thing that I'm trying to do. Like, then it's like, be me.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be somebody else that I'm not.
Well, you got the job because you were yourself. So, and I think and also it's important because what I'm getting is that you're becoming approachable in the public and being personable with everyone because you are the face of Continental.
Well, that's the thing that I'm trying to be everywhere where I go. I always trying to like say hi to everyone, talk to everyone, and I'm always saying to the girls, if you need something, I'm here to help you.
Yes, fierce.
That's the most important. Be approachable. Being a queen, you have to be like approachable to everybody.
I agree. So let's get into a little bit about the Miss Continental system. So I know the lineup is the same, but as far as gown, I want to talk a little. First of all, you're stunning, of course, and you know that. But so looking beautiful in your gowns that you wear, is there a specific walk that you do when you're presenting your gown? Is there kind of a guideline for a newer contestant coming in that they can emulate, or is it kind of you do your own style?
Well, you walk in your style, but I think it's some point that you have to hit when you're on the stage. Like beside that is like you can do like like for example the first runner up for newcomer, she did like complete like I really love how she walks, like Christina Cisco. I really love how she walks, but it's like nothing specific. You can do on stage whatever you feel comfortable.
Got it. Oh, cool. I love that. And you know what I love? This is something I'm learning with the system is that you have a little bit of more freedom to really express yourself. And I love that. I think Jim Flint really hit the mark with that too. And I have to really quickly digress for a moment and give Jim Flint a huge shout out because, you know, not only he's correct me if I'm wrong, but he is the promoter for all 6 divisions, correct?
Jim?
And he's been doing this since 1980, and he's just I don't know, he must have some people help him because he is doing a great job.
Yes.
And he's also just continuing to build and build and build on top of this awesome system. So shout out to Jim. I hope Jim's watching, or he will. So is there anything that stands out for you, Godfrey, as far as the Miss Continental division that you want to share with the viewers at home? Anything else?
For me, it's the best time of my life.
May I ask why?
Well, I think maybe because I was dreaming to be Continental for so long, you know? And it's like, and beside everything, it's like Continental opens for me too many doors. And it's like, for example, next week I'm going to be in Mexico performing, and next month I'm going to be in South Africa, and I think that's amazing.
I love that. As representing of
Miss Continental.
That's everything. Well, congratulations. And I know that everyone's keeping a close eye on you on your social media and just loving you up so much. And I know you get all your accolades. And, you know, I will be picking your brain, by the way, because no one's too old to learn new tricks. You know what I mean? So here I come.
Exactly.
My last name will be Morgan, Dion. But I love you and I adore you. Thank you so much, my darling. Up next, we have Alexandria Diamond. Hello, darling.
Hi.
So now, 1991 was when the Plus division came about, I believe.
35 years ago, yeah.
Yeah. So, which is incredible as well. And I think it's so special for body positivity to have a division to allow everyone to do their thing.
Yeah.
And feel comfortable on that stage. So
I think with the Plus division alone, it's such a blurred line. I want to say it even started because Ginger was one of the few Plus girls to get far in the Miss division. And she ended up being crowned Miss Continental Plus. But how I got involved is I competed for Miss twice, actually. I'm a former Miss Latina Continental, former Miss Chicago Continental. And 1 year, I got my score sheets back, and they said, you are too skinny for Plus, and you are too big for Miss. And that was on a score sheet. I will never say what promoter or judge wrote that. But I sat there and I said, well, they don't have a Continental medium, so I really don't know where I belonged, you know. And then when I came to Plus, I realized I was no longer being judged on my size, and I was being judged on what I present. And I was scared to go to Plus because you see girls like Diebony Sherry, who is so curvy and her clothes fit like a glove. And so I'm telling myself, if I don't go on stage and my clothes fitting my body like that, how am I going to be judged, you know? So I think I had to get out of my own mind and my own head. And I almost wasn't eligible to compete. I got so sick and I got so minus 225. You have to be 225 and above.
Wow.
And so I had to go on a binge eating, and I did, and I got it.
Now, I'm gonna just ask my questions. Do they weigh you when you at registration?
If someone says something.
Okay.
If no one says anything, everybody's good to go. But if you get the contestant that says she looks too skinny, they will weigh you.
These girls, I tell you, I love it.
They will and they have.
I mean, it's pageantry, but you know what? I know it's still all a loving sisterhood and brotherhood.
100%. I would say they did it at newcomer too. You know, whatever the criteria. You know, people are competing, spending a lot of money. If they feel intimidated and they see that there's something that they can get a ledge over, they're going to bring it up. And so kudos to the girls that have the guts to do that.
So I'm going to put you on the spot. So why did you choose the Continental pageantry system out of all the pageantry systems?
No, yeah. My I just started there. I fell in love with it when I was backup dancing, and I didn't want to get out of it. Ginger Grant actually delivered me a message from Jim Flint. I was 18 and 19 the first time I did my prelims. They said, tell that kid if they come back here before they're 21, they'll never be allowed at the Baton or Continental again. And I was like, oh my God, this is real life. Let me not ever do that.
Yeah.
I'm being a liability now. But that's how addicted I was to it. And I told myself I will never do any other pageant until I win Continental. And 8 years later, I did it. And, hearing them saying it when it's a dream, I get teary eyed because it's like, wow, that was a dream that I had. And I've had so many people, Chantel DeMarco, that's my drag mom. She's a former Miss Continental. They just been in my corner for so long. And I'm such a hard-headed entertainer where I like to do things my way and not listen to my elders or the people that came before me. And I was one of the girls coming back to back each year. And I took 3 years off. I went through a lot of things in life. And through those 3 years of me not competing, I gave myself to the newcomer division. I put my kids in there the first year to compete, which my daughter made top 3. My son won swimsuit, I think. And the next year came around. I was begging Jim Flint to let me buy it because I was so fascinated with it. And I'm such a crazy work mechanism person here in Chicago. And I was like, I just want to be a part of this forever. And if I couldn't win it, I was finding ways to be a part of it. And during those 3 years off, I came back 2024. I wanted to compete. And the promoter said, no, I want you to host. And I said, okay, you want a queen. You want to take someone to nationals. So from that moment of me hosting, I told myself, you're going to start preparing now. And I did. And it worked in my favor. And now I get to say I'm a part of it forever without having to find ways to get myself in there.
So how many times did you, I think you kind of said it, but how many times did you actually compete before you captured the title?
I'll give you the full blown. I did 8 times competing, 5 times nationals, 2 times Miss, 3 times plus.
Years. Seasoned, honey. Seasoned.
Yeah. Actually, I did Latina Continental. That was my 3 times because in Chicago here, the Latin community is huge. And everyone wanted to be Miss Latina Continental. No one even thought about nationals, nor probably knew how to prepare for that. And a lot of the Latin girls, have trouble speaking English and getting the intellectual part of the pageant. So back in the day, just to be Latina Continental, you were like the golden ticket. And it took me my 3rd time to get it.
So I do have a question because I want to make sure I'm fully educating myself on the system as a whole. So you're saying Miss Latina Continental, is that still a part of like what we're discussing tonight? Like, is it like a prelim or is it actually a division?
No, it's a prelim. So with Continental, you purchase your prelim. You get to call it whatever you want. If you want to be Miss Cheeseburger Continental, that's what the girl's going to run with.
Got it.
But that prelim alone set a lot of fear too, because girls were, oh, I'm not Latino, I don't want to do that. And then you started getting your non-Latina girls snatching the crown. Silky was a former Miss Latina Continental and made top 5, I think. So yeah, it's more getting educated and knowing how the system works and how it is.
Sure. So I wanted to talk real quickly about your town as well. I loved it. And I loved it because someone tagged me in it because I'm a nurse by day. So I was very, really captivated by that one still shot of you bound up. And then there's nurses in there. So of course I immediately was drawn to it, but I would love to, because I didn't get to see it. So can you paint a little bit of a picture for me about your talent?
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, that was not the talent I was supposed to do going into nationals.
Okay.
And I had some run-ins with my promoter and, due to life and situations, my promoter just want nothing to do with the pageant. And I kind of just got stuck in the middle of the crossfire. And for so long, I said, I always come in and I do a dance number, or I come in and do a Latina number. And I never have as Sting was saying, like, you want to get the Continental moment. And my last year in 2022, I did a Cruella de Vil number that I had my moment. It went viral on YouTube and before it got deleted or taken down, I don't know. But I said, how do I do a talent that can tell a story and can tell my Continental story? And I didn't have anything. And, as many people would think, oh, what she went through with her promoter, it's so horrible. It's the worst thing. I feel so bad for her. What I went through with my promoter gave me a sickening talent and helped me win this pageant because I didn't let it get to me. I turned it into art. I turned it into theater. One thing here, I'm really big in my drag community in Chicago. I've hosted a drag competition for, I want to say 7 years, and we had over 35 to 40 seasons and winners, and that was all mines. And something that I did this year was, to everyone that says, if you need me, ask me. If you need me, ask me. I said, I need 2 crazy nurses that do spooky drag. Let me ask them. I need 3 news reporters that are going to lip sync a theater like lyrics to the best. Let me ask them. And then I went and saw the talent from someone from EOY last year or this recent EOY, the person that won talent. I stole her choreographer, booked 2 of their dancers while giving 3 of my drag kids, or my drag grandkids. And yeah, I just said, I get to tell my Continental story through my talent without being disrespectful, without being malicious, and giving like an 8 out of 10, tough choreo. Like, it wasn't your typical cha-cha-cha to the right, cha-cha-cha to the left, feather fans, feather fans. And I said, if I want to do it, I have to do it correctly. And we did that in like 4 weeks, right before nationals.
Everything. Well, it was lovely to see. Well, at least
Thank you.
it's still shot. It's still shot. I can't say it was lovely, but I will find a video of it and I will watch it.
It's actually posted all over my social media now in the Continental story. Also, what I wanted to do, what I thought was crazy, how I think the universe lines things up. I was celebrating some of the formers that passed away in my talent. And then literally the day before registration, you see all the formers posting all the fallen angels of the past plus girls. And I said, if this wasn't just all the alignment that I needed in my little preparations, I just felt like, I was just happy and proud of how it all fell off.
So one last question for you, and then we're gonna scoot on over to Isaiah because he is being so patient and amazing. What was the vibe for you as far as just like backstage? I know it was every Continental is busy, so everyone get ready, ride that train and keep it going. But what was it like for you, being around peers plus size? Like, was it a different vibe for you, as opposed to competing for other pageantry systems, or was it the same?
We called ourselves the upstairs girls because no one wanted to get ready upstairs, and we were actually just 4 people that have known each other for years and worked together for years. And we were helping each other, and our dressers were helping one another, and the vibes were, it didn't feel like I was competing this year. I felt like I was there doing a gig. Except for prelim night swimsuit, that got me together. How Kirby described it, it was insane. By the time I got upstairs to take off my gown, they were announcing number 3 already for swimsuit. And I just was like, this is crazy. No, but the vibes overall were amazing. This was actually probably my first time competing where all the dressers were so tentative to everyone, even if it wasn't their girl. And I think that just made it a little bit more enjoyable, I guess you can say.
I love that. And wouldn't it be great if it was always like that?
Yeah, I would wish that they had more lighting up there. It was so dark. If you guys seen how we were getting ready there, no one would believe it. So if we looked crazy in videos, blame the Continental pageantry system.
Heard. That's why you got the light on your phone. You'll just hit it, and then there you go, babe.
We came in prepared for Final Night. We brought in all these lights from home because I was just like, we're not doing that again.
Mm-hmm. Well, congratulations.
I also want to make a comment on one of them made a statement. I think it was Kirby, where they said you don't have time for decisions and second guessing. Literally, we got our scores back today, and I saw that I had a really great swimsuit score. I changed my swimsuit while we were running to go line up. And Alexis Mateo was like, you need to get out your head, stop getting so nervous and frustrated with things that are happening. You need to focus. And I had 2 swimsuits in my hand and we're running to go line up. And I told my dresser, I'm not wearing that one again. Throw that in the luggage. And I'm like, yeah, those are things that are real. Like, there's no time to think or even guess. You just do what you feel. And a lot of that prelim night, I didn't use my dancers because, just things, me being a little intelligent, I said, well, if there's only 11 and we're only going to cut 5 because we thought they were going to cut 5 girls. I said, I'm going to save some money and not use my dancers prelim night. So I just did a solo talent and it ended up working for me.
Nice.
So that's also just things on the spot. That's like, you just don't know. You think you're so prepared and something can happen and change in that moment.
Oh, I love it. Well, thank you so much. And
thank you.
And also, we could just be like Sting, and we'll just wear a bathing suit underneath all our outfits, and we'll always be ready whenever they announce the swimsuit portion. But thank you, my love. Isaiah, how are you?
I'm good.
You hanging in there? Are you playing those video games over there?
Oh no, I'm at my son's house today. It's family night, and Yeah, so everyone's over here looking at me crazy because
Now I have
we
to
have some
ask.
work to do.
I have to ask.
Okay,
Who I don't know if it's you. Whose birthday was it, or is it?
mine's is tomorrow.
Yours is tomorrow. Well, happy birthday.
Thank you.
Yes, I was the first. Just don't tell your family I did that.
No worries.
Um, so, um, so then let's just dive right in because I know we're spilling over a lot on time because I knew we were going to chat it all up, and I want everyone's voices to be heard. I think it's very important. But Isaiah, I would love for you because you're more seasoned, and I would love for you because I think it's very important for the message to be out about the male entertainer divisions, and I think
Okay.
it's just because I feel like me personally, I can only speak for myself that the male division needs to get as much credit as all the other divisions do as
Yeah.
well. So I would love for you to take the floor for a second. I just want you to give us a little bit about that.
Well, for the most part, the males lately have been investing so much financially. It's just insane, and it's the same categories as the Miss division. I think that the most important thing for me to, or advice I would say, is to understand the scoring at Continental.
Hmm.
I think that oftentimes we miss that. And for someone like me who's competed over, I just was counting that I've been saying for years that I've only done it 4 or 5 times. And no, I think I'm at seven. So, but when I compete, I've always competed clean and consistent. But that doesn't work for every system.
Sure.
And I wondered, for years why I would always make the five, but I just was never there. And Alvion told me, she was like, read the criteria. She sent me the scoring criteria. And it's just little things that we miss. Like, for example, in talent, like you're judged on your production, you're judged on your lip sync, you're judged on your costuming, but you're also judged on special effects. That is a part in there that people miss, that special effects
Hmm.
is a part of it. And it's not like it's just a 1 through 10. They go from good, great, superior. Like little things like that can make a difference. And even in swimsuit, I was joking with Cicero Applegate's. I can't think of his what is his name? But Cicero Applegate's used to be maybe 120 pounds, and he would score high in swimsuit every year. Little twink, like I'd be like,
Uh-huh.
how? And it was like his confidence and little things like that. So I definitely
Hmm.
think that it's important that it's not all about the physical physique, but it's just little things that if you take the time to look at the criteria, that you can be successful sooner. Um, Other than that, I think that the division is much needed. I think that it gives us male leads a place to showcase ourselves. We know that Continental is one of the pageants that focuses on talent. Talent is a big part, and natural talents are received well over there. Singing and dancing and things like that. This year has been very interesting because with the economy and our presidency, numbers aren't where they could be. But I do love that I have a queen that we work collectively together. That we make things work, and I think that for years it's always been Mr. Continental and Miss Continental,
Hmm.
and I don't think that we're trying to force that bridge together, but naturally we communicate and we work well. And so one of our goals this year was to make sure, hey, if there's a miss preliminary, let's try and get a mister. Or if there's a mister preliminary, let's try and get a miss. Let's try to also cut costs that if it's a financial situation that, hey, we can, find our flight sooner and worry about that later. Or we can, even share a room together. And so it's little things like that to make it financially beneficial to everyone, because at the end of the day, promoters don't make any money. Um, and then lastly, another thing that I noticed is that, sometimes you have contestants that, they want to do their absolute very best, but there's a financial situation. So I made a post recently explaining that, there's promoters, there's sponsors, and there's contestants. And in this industry, you have to know your role and where you play, because it is not a promoter's responsibility to, you know, foot the bill. Now, you may get lucky and get a promoter that is financially able and want to go above and beyond, but that is, to their discretion.
Mhm.
But ultimately, at first it used to like bother me. It's like, I'm blood, sweat, and tears. I'm doing whatever I need to do to get to that finish line.
Sure.
So I had to explain it to, some contestants that, hey, this is not the way to approach this situation. And even with promoters, like, if there's a promoter that specifically want a contestant to come, my goal is to, get contestants there, but you have to be mindful when promoting that you don't come off as begging,
Mhm.
because sometimes that fine line, if I say, hey, come to this patch, come to this patch, come to this patch, I think they'll do great. And they may actually do great by you. But if they're not successful, you don't want it to read as if they got the call. Because, like, no, you didn't get the call. You just was a candidate that we thought would do, very well over there. So we want you to come and compete. But you don't want them to also feel when you ask them too much that it's like they got a sure foot in, right?
Sure. Sure.
So my goal this year has been, just trying to be completely transparent with contestants on both sides of the spectrum, so they know that, hey, this is a competition that you can win, but you have to put in the work, and you have to be mindful of the way you go about doing it.
So when is your step down?
Labor Day weekend.
That's my birthday.
Yes, I'm not 100% sure if it's going to be Saturday now, because the newcomer, Mr. Newcomer, is that weekend as well.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure how they're going to play. If it's going to be, typically it used to be prelim night on Friday, final night Saturday, but that may change. But we do know it's going to be collectively Labor Day weekend. So hopefully they stay the whole weekend.
Now, do you have all your contestants lined up now, or do you have more prelims?
I have more prelims. We have about 5 more prelims, and I'm still trying to sell about 3 more.
Guys, yep, come on, guys, sign up. We got a good rating right now, and you got some good advice. Well, thank you so much. I adore you, and you speak so eloquently, and you're inspiring me as well. Is there anything else that you want to chat about? One last thing, and then we're gonna move forward. Because King Adonis was also saying about the suits, and you're very, your thing about suits. So can you just quickly just give us a little moment about that and what new contestants might want to hear?
I do know that in the description, when it comes to formal wear, which is also important, that when being judged, you are judged, and in the contract it's no rhinestones, no beads, no ornaments, and all of that. I am hoping that is something that I plan on discussing with Jim. I'm hoping that we could, not say come out there with fully rhinestone suits, but after fashion evolves, and you see things on the Met Gala and the red carpets, and it's little accents like rhinestone trim on a lapel or something like that. Little things like that can make a difference. I'm big on detail. So, and it didn't come overnight. I've watched people like Alphonse Dupree, my grandfather, and Ray Sean, and so I pay attention to little details. So you have to make sure like the hem of your pants aren't too long or too short. You have to make sure that when your cuffs, that it's a half an inch to peek to see the actual shirt under there. And when I say little accessories, like I get my shirts engraved, or I wear button covers, or I don't do a typical bow tie. I may find a different style of bow ties. Little things like that, just accents. Getting a tuxedo shirt piped in the color of whatever I'm wearing. So, and I try to start off with the shoe. I think I build my formal wears from my shoe, whatever color shoe I see at the time, I go from there. But yes, I'm very big on tailoring, and I always try to help others, when preparing for a competition, which is why I'm over here now at my son's house, because we're about to prepare one of my nephews for a competition as well. So I'll still be online, and
that's all right.
The Jimmy over there, but
I appreciate you 100% joining along, and you all. Thank you so much, Isaiah, as well. And actually, what I would like to do is, because we definitely spilled over on time. Y'all are my icons. And I'll tell you that right now. Y'all sat with me for 1 hour and 43 minutes and just opened up yourselves, as well as discussed a little bit more and educated me on the Continental pageantry system. So thank you so much. What I would love to do, because we all got things going on, and if I go over 2 hours, I would never forgive myself holding you all here for 2 hours. But what I would love to do is, if it's okay with you, why don't we have everyone go around again? And what I would like to do is have everyone just introduce your name one more time for the viewers at home, as well as your title, some being new, some had it for a little while. And if there's any last moment thoughts or words that you just want to share with everyone out there, that would just be lovely. And then we can bid adieu to everybody. How's that sound?
Great.
And I'm thinking maybe I should just because I am who I am, there's so much more layers to each one of your onions, and I would love to do mini episodes with each one of you so that viewers at home get a little more detail and a little bit more of your story, if that's something that we can maybe talk about in the future.
Yes, love that.
So, all right, without further ado, King, why don't you start us off?
Okay. Absolutely. Well, hello again, everybody, for whoever has joined after we did our first introduction. My name is King Adonis. I'm your reigning Mr. Continental newcomer 2025, now going into 2026. And first off, thank you, Morgan, for having me here. It has been an honor. And if there's anything that I want to leave this off is with bringing more attention to the male entertainment side of this. As you can see, even in this reigning core right now, there's more female representation, and I think the male leads out there have so much to offer. And like I was saying, I think we're getting somewhere because the male entertainers right now are spending so much more money into their craft and what they're bringing, and I think that's needed. There's a lot of lazy male entertainment out there that needs to be raised up to the bar because we have such amazing, fierce female entertainers that spend so much money into what they do and that raise the bar so high that when you stand next to them on something so like poorly thought out or poorly created, you can see the difference. So I think male entertainment is getting there, and that's something that I've been trying to put out there for myself. Like I spend money into what I do. I think out everything that I'm wearing. I always try to look my best and put thought into my shows and everything. I produce shows in Miami, and everything is well thought out. Everybody's looking their best. If I make choreography, I want everything to look as if you were looking at it on TV. So male entertainment is growing, and I'm very happy about that. And I can't wait to see what the regular misters and the Mister newcomers bring on Labor Day. It's very, very exciting. And I'll also leave by saying that if you are looking to be the new Mr. Continental newcomer 2026, you can reach out to me and we will get you ready and get you on to the stage on Labor Day.
Absolutely
Thank you.
fantastic. Thank you so much. You're so angel. I appreciate you so much.
Thank
Ms.
you.
Kirby Colby.
Hi again, everybody. I'm Kirby Colby, Miss Continental Elite 2026. What I want to say to everybody that's watching, and this kind of includes the entire Continental system. I remember someone had a little tagline a few years ago that said, "You too can be Continental." And for me, for a long time, I didn't think that I could be Continental. But let me assure you that if you have the talent, if you have the speaking ability, if you can join this system. The system is not tailored for certain individuals. It's open to everyone, and especially to the elite girls. If you feel like you have aged out, if you feel like your career is almost over, that you don't know if you want to continue in this business, please reach out to me because I have felt all of those same things. And winning this title, Continental Elite, has opened a whole new door, a whole new aspect of my career. So I want to share that with other people. So please reach out to me if you're interested.
I love it. And I know everyone's going to be very excited to see your journey throughout your reign this year and what Kirby Colby is going to be up to. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. Sting, Dion, my sister soon to be.
Yeah, yes, ma'am. Hi, Sting Dion, Miss Continental Newcomer 2026. I think what I want to leave with everyone is that, it's really hard. It was a really hard process prepping for newcomer. And I think especially as a newcomer, a lot of girls are drawn away because it is Continental. Same thing what Kirby said. You think that it's a certain person that that's able to compete, but the system really is open to anyone. So I think what I would love to do is bring back the prelims that newcomer originally had, and so working with different promoters across the country to bring back these prelims, making it more easily accessible for these newcomers to be able to compete on the Continental stage, because it's a lot of money. It doesn't have to be a lot of money, but I know if someone wants to put in a really good package, they're going to spend some money in it. But that way, it gives people the opportunity to experience pageantry for the first time before stepping onto the Continental stage. They have these promoters and these sponsors that are there to teach them, to guide them throughout the whole process. So if there's any promoters or sponsors out there that would like to host a prelim, please feel free to send me a message. I would love to work with you on that. I want to make the newcomer division as easily accessible to all of these incredible entertainers as possible. Thank you for the clap, Godfrey.
You sure did. And then, well, here, I knew something was up. All right.
I knew it.
I was
knew
not
it.
laughing at you, Sting, but I saw her through the mirror, and
I know.
Somebody call Alexa
I know.
Mateo quickly.
We
please.
all saw it. I saw it from
I
the
know.
corner. I was like, oh, she put on the black hair.
I love you.
I'm Gabriela Lu, Miss Continental 2026, and this case is sponsored by Alexis Mateo.
Yes.
Thank you, Alexis Mateo.
I'm screaming.
Thank you, Alexis Mateo. We love you, and thank you for the hair. She was making a little bit of fun today also. But I want to invite to everybody who want to compete in Miss Continental, please reach out to me, right? You say reach out to me?
Yes.
Reach out to me. And one thing that I want to say is, when I was talking with a lot of girls, they saying all the time, oh, I don't know if I'm ready. I don't know. I want to wait for one more year, blah, blah, blah. It's like, what I can say is, don't wait too much. Well, let's say the truth. So don't wait, because it's like maybe your time is now. You never know. And if you don't step in that stage, you're never gonna know what you need or what you need to learn or stuff like that. Jump on the stage, just try, and I'm pretty sure this is going to be the best time of your life.
And so, when is your step down?
My step down is Labor Day weekend.
It's all.
It's with me. It's with Mr. and Mr. Newcomer.
Okay. So I guess I know what I'm doing for my birthday.
Please, don't forget your black wig.
Where is this being held at?
It's in Chicago.
Okay.
Well, Mr. Continental is Park West, in the Park West, and Miss Continental is in the Riviera Theater.
But still all in Chicago, yeah?
All in Chicago, yes.
Well, I already have a place to stay. Miss Diamond here has a place for me to stay, so I'm ready to go, and I love to eat as well, so it's perfect.
Oh, we can go to it because I love eating.
Done. Let's make a thing. Let's do a thing.
And the interview was like eating.
Listen, you all were amazing, sticking through 2 hours with your girl Morgan. So y'all can do whatever you want, and y'all are icons. So continue to do you.
And I want to say thank you so much, Morgan, to have us, because I'm giving us the window that you're doing right now. I'm pretty sure there is a lot of girls watching this, and they're gonna they're gonna feel maybe inspired, and maybe they're gonna jump in Continental stage.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
It is my absolute pleasure and my honor, and I'm so humbled to be able to do this tonight. So thank you for saying that as well. Alexandria.
Hello.
Yes, you are up, my darling.
Once again, I'm Alexandria Diamond. I live here in Chicago, so I am here in the heart here. Any contestants that have any question, anyone scared to compete, anyone maybe feel like you don't have any resources, I'm a drag mother of 25 kids that all have made a name for themselves and all have titles here, and we do everything from sewing and hair and wigs and jewelry, and we're a team of when they say your drag family is your chosen family, it's we want to see not only ourselves succeed, but the people that are involved in our circle. So reach out. Don't be afraid to reach out. Promoters, I have a lot of plus girls ready to compete. So I hope that you guys are ready to take on this journey with me. I've been waiting a long time for this, so I'm ready to put my foot in the sand and do this thing they call leaving your legacy behind. So just want to say thank you to Jim Flint for having this for all of us to be a part of. And thank you for taking the time out of your day to get us all here together to be interviewed. And to my court, I'm so excited to work with you guys and watching you guys all do your thing. It's just like I'm a fan of you all as well. So to be able to do it all together for as long as we can, I'm excited and I can't wait.
Here's, I can't wait for the moment that the six of you are actually together, together, like not virtually. And
Labor Day for your birthday.
Yeah. And I'll be there too. Oh my gosh. Honey. But no, thank you as well so much. You are a gem. And I know everyone's going to be looking forward to seeing your reign this year as well. So
Thank you.
Isaiah, last but certainly not least.
Yes. Wow. I'm already excited because the caliber of guys that I have so far are so good and so talented, but most importantly, they're emotionally invested. And I think that that is something that I hold near and dear to me because I am emotionally invested in Continental. If there's any contestants that are interested in competing, feel free in whatever division to reach out to, any of us. I think that we would get you to where you need to be. I have learned that sometimes it is easier for Miss Continental to get a Mr. Contestant quicker than I can, and vice versa, because sometimes there's contestants that don't feel too comfortable reaching out to you because your job is to get contestants. So it's like, well, you're telling all the guys to come here, so what makes me different, and vice versa, right? But I am here to help and assist in any way possible. So that is my ultimate goal. I want everyone to succeed. I also want to let everyone know that anyone can be Continental. The most important thing is that there are Continental. I've noticed have crowned some of the newest people, like first time competitors, like Noah Ark and Philip and Nick Gray. Like they have crowned guys that have won on their first try, and even women like Zane. So never be discouraged. Like you can win, and don't wait and sit and say I'm going to wait a year or two, because the competition never gets easier. Like, it doesn't get easier. Finance, everything gets more expensive. Chicago is expensive. Garments is expensive. But yeah, we're always here to help and assist in any way possible. And lastly, I want to thank Alexandria, our new Continental Plus, and Fantasy and her manager for opening the doors to make it even more accessible for us to have preliminaries or even appointments at that place, at no cost. That we're talking about, that's taking away thousands, right? Like helping us to get to the end goal. And the goal is to keep drag alive, continue to build the legacy, and bring the numbers back up. So kudos to Alexandria and her team as well for that. And yeah, that's pretty much it for me.
Thank you. I kind of get this vibe. Yes, you all are the Continental Royal Court, but I have to say it's very much so like a family.
Family, absolutely.
And it's very inspiring. And then those contestants out there that want to compete for any of the 6 divisions, please reach out to any one of the title holders or a promoter part of the divisions, or reach out to Jim Flint. Sorry, Jim, you're going to get a lot of messages now. No, I'm just kidding. Please don't, because then I'm going to get yelled at. But very inspired, and just keep up all the great work that you all are doing. And I look forward to seeing everyone's successes, whether it be a full reign of a year or coming up to your step downs and getting to see all the glitz and the glam and just everything you do. And thank you again to the 6 of you for taking such time out of your quick days to sit with me and just make this magic happen. This is my labor of love. It's my podcast, and it's a space to give everyone their voice out there. And you all are very powerful, iconic people, and you have voices. And thank you for sharing them tonight. So I appreciate it. And so we made it. We did it. We did the podcast. Thank you, my Continental Royal Court. And usually what I do is I bid adieu to everyone, and then I say goodbye and do my final words. But I think in true Continental fashion, let's do it together as a family. Does that sound good? You'll say goodbye to everyone with me?
Yes.
All
Let's
right.
do it.
On the count of 3, let's do it. 1.
Do we hold up our C's?
Yes.
Backwards. Do we have to?
1, 2,
Stop, I don't have nails on.
pause. And I can do. Wait, which one is it? This one or this
Wait, is
one?
it this one?
Which one?
Can we do both? Can we do both? We do both and make it into a heart.
Oh, I love that. I love it. But thank you so much. On the count of 3, let's say goodbye to the viewers at home. Thank you, Royal Court. 1,
Thank
2,
you.
3.
Goodbye.
Goodbye,
Thank
everybody.
you.
Thank you.
Bye.